Hello all, welcome back to our channel. So guys, in this video, we have Amrut with us, who have a total of 2 years of experience working on Java and Spring Boot. And if you guys also want to give the same kind of mock interview, fill the form given in the description. And with this, let's start this video. So, hi, Amrut. We'll first start with your intro so that my audience will know what's your background and what's your current project and everything.
Okay, so thanks, Aman, for having me. So my name is Amrut, and currently I'm working at Capgemini as to analyst, and I have 2 years of experience in Spring Boot and like a Java full stack. Basically, I also did some hands-on in DevSecOps, and also I write LinkedIn stuff, post, and everything. So I really like this coding part.
Okay, great. So first, let's say start with your current project on which you are working and what is your current project. Just explain in brief.
So is it like a organization or like my personal
Yes.
project?
No, it's your organization project.
Okay. Okay, so basically we were working right now. I was working in this PLICA team, that is like Platform Integrated Crowd Acceleration. So basically, it's like a ticketing service where a requester can use a request, send a request to create infrastructure in AWS. So basically, he will have to provide like the everything required, like resources like subnet IDs, VPCs, everything. And then there will be a team that will provision all the infrastructure, and they will give the link, the deployed link to the requester. So basically, my task was to create the backend architecture for it using Camunda. So most people might not know about it, but Camunda is like a visual representation of how a Java classes work. So basically, it's like giving a flow to Java classes, like after one flow which class should execute. So in that will just like how a ticket ordering service works. So when we create a ticket, it will go to some respective member to get it approved or rejected. Once that is approved, then it will go to some other thing. So in that way, that was a ticket ordering service. And basically I did that architecture, and apart from that, my task was to write the microservice for it. So I used the external task handler for that. So basically that's how you connect the Camunda modeler to Java microservice. So like that's how it works. Basically our whole project was based on various microservices where we have to call each microservice, but my task was to connect Camunda with that microservice and make that microservice working.
Okay, got it. Actually, like in BNY, my project is also around the same thing. Like I am also working on Camunda, and we just write the class, and we have the approval process that we have to
Hmm.
go from approve, reject, and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the same.
Yeah. So
And
what
hmm,
most of the time what happens is in cockpit we can do that stuff, right? So that's the manual work. But the essence of creating Java microservices, like we don't have to go to cockpit each and every time. Once you deploy the service, then we can handle it from front end, and that's the stuff. So that was the whole thing.
exactly. Okay. Which version of Java you guys are using as of now?
So right now it's JDK 21. So we are using, and Java like yeah.
So, do you know like why you are moving from Java 8 to 21 or Java 17 to 21?
Yeah, basically, yeah, I think before Java 8, there was like Java was very concise. I think mostly it was used for like creating application development, like mobile Android apps. So that's what I know. But after Java 8, that it completely changed the Java world. So whereas they started using it not only in applications but also creating web apps, right, using Spring Boot, and it's like mostly used language everywhere. Like every new technology supports Java. So after Java 8, I think those changes that were made during that time, that changed the Java for the world. Yeah. So
Okay, so will you please explain like what all features new comes in Java 8?
Okay, so basically in Java, we get this like functional interfaces, we get this Lambda functions. Then there was this stream APIs that was really helpful and handy. It's like your own toolkit. Like instead of writing a whole data structures, you can just use the streams and everything to implement it in quick and concise way and reduce the code. Yeah, that's and there were many other features like yeah, these were the main
Okay,
features, and there were like other basic features.
okay. So as you told, will you please explain what is the functional interface and how it's different from interface?
Okay. Functional interface, as far as I recall, like functional interface are only one abstract method, and whereas interface can have many methods, and the implementation is done in other class. But in functional interface, we can even define the body of that method. So that was the thing, I guess, yeah. So we
Okay,
can define our body, yeah.
okay. Will you please tell me the difference between the keywords, the final, finalize, and finally?
So final is like keyword that we used where we don't want to change the value, mostly like keep it constant. Uh, that's the final keyword. Whereas finalized keyword is something related to garbage collector, I guess. I cannot recall exactly, but
Okay.
that's the thing. But finally keyword is used in the try catch blocks, like when there is a try, if there is no issue, when there is catch, and if that's also not the case, then it will execute the finally block. So that's like it's mandatory to execute, and that will execute as that's the thing.
Okay, and suppose if we don't want to execute our finally block, then what we can do?
Uh, when we don't want to execute the finally block, I think
Like,
we
is there
don't
any
need
case
to.
in which the finally block will not execute even?
No, no, no. There won't be a case like there finally block. I think if you write it, it will always execute.
Okay, actually, finally block will not run if you will exit from your system. So if you use that method
Break keyword.
system dot exit, no,
Okay,
system dot exit, and it will then break.
okay.
Okay,
Actually, I
yeah, it's fine. Uh, Apart from this, do you also have knowledge of Spring Boot?
yeah, yeah. Like I did work with Spring Boot.
Okay. So, what are the beans in Spring Boot and what are the scopes of that beans?
Uh, Beans. So it's like I think component at the rate component bean at the rate service beans. So those are like used to inject in the like wherever they are required. So I guess those are beans, right? Yeah.
Okay. And do you know that the scopes of bean?
Actually, I cannot recall it at the moment about the scope.
Okay. Not a, so just read before your interview. The scope of the beans are either singleton or prototype.
Oh, okay, I will keep that in mind. Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure. Apart from that, do you know what is singleton class?
Yeah, singleton class is like basically where we can create only one single object of that, like one single instance of the class. So I think that's the singleton class. Yeah.
Okay, and how we can achieve that?
By using the private, I think private class or final class, I guess. Yeah, creating class as final. I think yeah, we have to create our class as final.
Now, do you know what are the difference between string buffer, and string builder in Java?
Okay, so string is an immutable class, whereas string builder we can build our string and string buffer, string builder. I think string buffer is used to create strings in heap, I guess. Yeah.
No.
Actually, I'm a bit
Mm-hmm.
confused in those. I'm a bit confused in those string
Okay.
buffer and string.
Okay. Just read it before your interviews, because these
Yeah.
are the most like commonly asked question.
Yeah, like I can use the code, but I'm not sure about the difference. Like we have to create an instance of string builder to yeah.
Okay.
So
No, no. So, do you have knowledge of threads in Java? Like, have you ever used threads?
I have never used, but like threads, I know about it. Like they are used for parallel processing, where we can reduce the uh, we can like separate the run processes parallelly in multi-thread so that our application works so smoothly. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Or do you also like how we can implement thread?
Actually, I think we have to create instance of the uh, one class, I guess thread class, right? Multi-thread or thread. We have to create the instance and then we have to use the
It's in the thread
start
class.
and yeah, and we have to use the methods inside it to start and stop of our thread. Yeah.
Also, to starting a thread, we have something called as runnable. So, do you know that?
Yeah, actually, I know. I think runnable is an interface, right? Runnable is
Yes.
an
Yes.
interface to
Yes.
start. Yeah, it's
Okay. Okay. So, do you know the four pillars of the OOPS?
okay. Four pillars of it, like encapsulation, uh, polymorphism, and there is this constructors, I guess. Encapsulation, polymorphism,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and encapsulation, polymorphism.
Okay.
I cannot.
Not an issue. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Not an issue. Do you know what is polymorphism?
Polymorphism is like having many forms. So like yeah, it's like having multiple forms of same thing. That's the
Ne-
polymorphism, and it depends on compile time or runtime. So when it's compile time, there is like method overriding, I guess, and during compiled runtime, it's method overloading, like
No, it's actually reverse.
reverse. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So as you mentioned, method overloading and overriding. Do you know what's the difference between that?
Okay. So method overriding means like method overriding when a parent when I have same methods. Suppose I have a method add with integer a and integer b as parameter. If I write the another method with same name but different parameters, so depending on the parameters, it will execute the required method, right? It can, if I pass the integers, then it will use the integer parameter one, and if it's like I pass the float, it will use the. So that depends. So it's method over riding, I guess. Or method overloading is like having same uh, uh, means it's like there is one method already implemented. I can use that method with the annotation at the rate override, and I can define my own logic in that instead of using the own typical
Yeah. So this is method overriding, and
loading.
the one no, this is overriding that you can override the method of your parent or the class from which you inherit that method, and the one which you told earlier is method overloading.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, Ramut, so now we can start with one code. So, will you please share your screen and open up any compiler?
Just a second. Okay, I can.
Okay.
Uh, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So just write a code that we are given with a string, and we want to remove all the duplicate character from there. If this thing is ABC, ABC, my output will be ABC. Yeah.
Okay,
So my output will be
basically,
ABC.
okay, so basically I can use the set in set data structure of where I characters, where I can just create a new hash set, and I will just iterate it for char c in s dot to char array. Okay, and I will just put st dot put c, and the thing is like it will just return me the new set of like ABC. So basically set doesn't allow the duplicacy of values and it will maintain the order, I guess. So that's why we can reduce this, we can get this set.
Okay, okay. And how much time will it take?
It will just take order of n, like I guess we are iterating each element, right? So yeah.
Okay. And suppose in the same question, if we want to like find the number of occurrence of each character, then what we can do?
I can just create a map of integers and instead of set, so what I can do is like, okay, so now map does allow the duplicacy of elements, so I doesn't need to care of like ABC. So now I want to answer something like A will be 2, B will be 2, right? This will be
Yeah.
the required outcome.
Mhm.
So basically what I will do is I will iterate to character this string and I will just ask like I will just add the characters and its respect to like integer value, the number of occurrence. So I will just like, so let me read it instead of this map, and here it will be HashMap. Okay, this is it. So I will just like mp dot add. So what I will add? So I will add character mp dot get or default mp dot get or default. It's like the mp comma 0 plus 1. It's like if you find the occurrence again, just increment the value of that key to earlier value plus 1, and we are just adding that character, so we will get this required output. If I use the entry set to iterate over the map, then I will get this output. So if you want, I can iterate over the map.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay. So you can just check this syntax before your interview. Maybe there will be some here and there, but the logic is correct. So do you know like how HashMap is implemented internally?
I think HashMap is used using linked list, I guess. So where there is like to prevent the collision and stuff. So there might be, so that was the most effective data structure. Because in linked list, if like data gets a lot, we can use the modulus operator to prevent the collision. That is like chaining. So I guess that's the main idea behind using HashMap, linked list in the hash maps.
Okay, but suppose by anyhow, if we are getting same hash code for all our key, then this HashMap will not work like on an average big of one to get the data. It will because if all of them are in the same bucket, we have to iterate, so it will take big of n time.
Yeah. I think we have to use the same modulo for each and every element, right? To get that value at the end.
No, but suppose if after using modulo and everything, your hash code is the same. Okay. So now if your hash code is the same, then all the key will go, all the key value pair will go in a single bucket. Then correct. Then to find out for any key, you have to like go over all of that bucket linearly. Iterate that linearly. So is there any approach we can optimize that?
So Can we use other data structure? Is it like possible?
Yeah.
Like set, if that's the value is same, we can just store that one value. Like I have no idea on this actually. I'm just guessing
Okay,
the
not okay, okay,
yeah.
okay. Not an issue. You can read out this one that how HashMap is implemented internally, because this is the most asked interview questions on Java.
Yeah.
And if you ask answer from me, so the one part is your correct, that it's handled with the help of linked list, but from Java 8 it's update that, and now they are using self balancing tree. So with the help of that, we don't have to like iterate go over n time, so it will take log n time now for tree. So because of that, the time complexity is like log n. Okay,
Okay. So like
just try to search on YouTube or like anywhere else and find out how it's implemented internally.
yeah, sure,
Right?
sure.
Okay, yeah, that's all, Amrut. Thanks.
Thank you, Aman.